So it's been like 5 months since I've had this thing, and I'm finally cracking it open. Let's take a look at the Ryobi One Plus P305, or in actual words, their hot glue gun, battery powered.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
All right, so I'd be in Home Depot and I was like, man, I see this thing, but I want to buy it, but I don't have any reason to buy it. And then I called my wife. I was like, hey, I want to buy this. Would you use it? And she's like, yeah, I would use it. And then it sat for a long time. But I finally needed it for something that I was doing, which was gluing a chip in my 3D printed mag light holder right here. And yeah, I just wanted to like glue in the chip. The packaging speaks for itself pretty much, you know. So it was incredibly like a pain in the butt to try to open. It's interesting. I was watching this video, and I'll link it below, of the Amazon CEO, Jeff Bezos, talking about packaging and how companies do this, not because it's cheap, but because they want to like showcase their product. And they don't need that at Amazon. And I'm like, yeah. And I guess there's people that go to like the ER because of this kind of packaging. Like there's some sort of like yearly number that's tracked that people go into the ER. But let's take a look at what it comes with. It comes with a gun, some sticks, and the manual. I read over like the safety stuff and the operation part of the manual, and I'm noticing on the bottom of the gun itself, it's got like a thing, hey, use only batteries that are set in the manual, and the P108. So you'll see me use it here with the P108, which is their fat battery, 72 watt hours as labeled. I've also used it with my P107 batteries, and it works just fine. So let's just do a couple pros and cons, you know? Pro, it is battery powered. That is convenient. Just like anything else, as long as you're used to recharging batteries, there's no more cords, you know? Pro. Maybe this is a pro. It's a bigger trigger so that you don't have to use just one finger to squeeze, and I think that's actually normal. A con to that is the grip is just strange. It's like I'm not used to grabbing a Ryobi tool and using 2 fingers on the trigger. And like I keep wanting to grab it like with 3 fingers and then use the single finger on the trigger. And it's just not, I don't know, it's just not comfortable. Doable, but not comfortable. Pro, runtime of up to 3.5 hours with that big battery. That's a long time. I did not use it 3.5 hours. I used it for about 15 minutes, and it didn't phase my battery at all. It still read the exact same readout. So that's pretty cool. It's all a long run time. Pro, it can stand up on its own. You don't need a stand. That's pretty cool. Con, you can burn yourself. I don't know if that's a legitimate con. Con, it drips, at least with the supplied glue that it comes with. So you gotta put something under there. It mentions that in the manual, but meh, it's a con. Maybe a different glue wouldn't do that. I don't know. Pro, it uses the Ryobi batteries. And if you got Ryobi batteries, that's good because it'll, you can plug them in. Pro, the on-off switch, easy to use. And fairly easy to see if it's on or not, but the light that indicates if it's on is only on one side of the actual device. So if it was on both sides, I think they could have made that a better thing. So pro-ish con for that. Con, it doesn't have, to my knowledge, any sort of like timer that will beep after time, which would be great. If you leave this thing on, I don't know what damage you might do to your battery or wherever you leave it, but it seems to do all right. Ooh, another pro is it feels solid. Like you could probably drop this thing a bunch and do all right with it. Con, and I think this is a con with every glue gun I've ever used. You can shove in like a whole stick, and then it'll feed the whole stick in, and you'll have like 2/3 of a stick in the gun, and you need like another stick to push that through. And so I don't like that because essentially you need to keep feeding it glue in order to push the glue out. And if you run out of sticks, you'll always have like a chamber full of glue unless you come at it with like a screwdriver or something. Once again, I think that's with like most glue guns, but I don't know. It's a con. Come on, guys, technology. Use some technology, different stuff. Pro rubber grip. It's a rubbery grip. Is it good or is it bad? You decide after I decide. I decide that this thing is good. It's actually a really, really good tool to have around, and I kind of want to find more reasons to actually use it. But the fact that it's cordless just makes it so much more convenient. Just like a drill. Like if you've got something with the power, which this doesn't have to do a whole lot to match the power of a glue gun, you're doing all right. You know what I mean? And if you're like a crafter, I don't know. Maybe this thing's a little big. So this thing might be kind of big compared to your normal glue gun. It stands about 9 inches tall with glue sticks sticking out the back a little ways. It's about 11 inches and it's about, at the battery, of course, around 3 inches wide. So it takes up a decent amount of space. And when I was gluing the thing that I made for my Maglite, which is a 18650 rechargeable battery holder, which you should totally see that video, which I'll link in the eye in the corner of the screen. It was a little tight to get the glue into the area. But yeah, the tip, I don't know. It's good. This thing is good. Do you have any questions about it? Do you want to get one and just you aren't sure? I don't know. I don't think you're going to be too regretful of it unless you just don't open it. So make sure you open it. You'll probably be less regretful. Yep. Anyway, I hope that helped. See you later, Internet.